Yo, it's episode 2. I didn't think we were gonna get this far, dog. But now we started this job, and now we gotta finish it.
We actually have to keep going.
We can't stop.
This train is gonna keep going.
We can't stop.
Nope.
Can't stop. Won't stop. You know why?
Why?
'Cause if you stop, you die. JP, Bust a Bad Pete, episode 2. Let's go. Oh my God. How you feeling, Jay Pizzle?
I'm feeling energized. A lot of the reaction we got after dropping episode 1 was all love. We're really happy about that.
Oh my God. Yo, I don't even know where to start, or I don't even know what to say. So the last time I checked, I don't know where we're at now. Dog. But the last time I don't know where we're at now, bro. But the last time I checked, we're at
Get your phone right, bro. Get your phone right. Korean phones. That's what Samsung does to y'all, man.
Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. You know what? Let's take it out of here. Let's move it out the way. Carry us along, JP.
All right. So a lot of you guys showed us a lot of love for episode 1, and we really, really want to thank you for that. Thank you so much for downloading, checking out the entire episode. We read all your comments, we see all your shares, and we're going to keep this train going. Now, Emilio has a lot to say. He has a lot to say. We both have a lot to say. As far as we're concerned, this is for you guys. We're doing everything here to let you guys know about everything that's going on right here in Thailand. We hear all your feedback. And trust me, we're going to implement a lot of things as we go along. Emilio, what was some of the reactions that you were getting?
Bro, I checked the YouTube channel, all right? And I don't know how to show my I just want to say I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to all the people. You know, man, the last time I checked, we had over 200 views, bro. 200. You know what I was thinking, dog? You know how many people can fit in a room if it's 200 people? Dog, with 200 people, we could take King's Landing, for sure. I don't know about King's Landing, but we can take a small village in Westeros 100%,
Easy.
dog. Easy. With 200 people. Yo, that's 200 soldiers, dog. 200 people listen to me and you chat shit. Dog, it's beyond me. And it's giving me an energy that I don't even know how to act, dog. It's just it's giving me this crazy energy where it's now this is for you guys. You know what I'm saying? The next episode now, this episode 2 right here, that what's going on, this is gonna be for those. Yo, it doesn't even matter. I don't even care, man. My idea, I was thinking we were gonna get maybe 10 or 15 listeners, to the episode 1. So, to be completely honest, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't playing around when we were playing with those numbers last time, man. And just to know that, yo, I don't even give a shit if anybody else listens ever again, dog. We can just have, as a matter of fact, we should be like an underground podcast. We have the same 200 people every time. And that can just be our loyal, cult following, dog. And we just have our soldiers, Because you know what it is, dog? If those 200 people listen to us, that means because they fuck with us. Mm-hmm. And if they fuck with us, I fuck with them. You feel me? And if I fuck with them and they fuck with us, the other 200 people that are listening, that means they probably fuck with each other too. You know what I'm saying? So we just got a bunch of homies, dog. We're just going to build a little community. And then if we need to, dog, we could take a small country, bro. Whatever it takes. You know what I'm
might
saying?
Be called upon to take something like the Veil away from Robin. Something like that. We may be able to take a small
Veil's
village.
never been penetrated, but
I don't know. He seems a little weak to me, but
yo, we could take that guy for sure.
Yeah.
And in our 200 listeners, for sure we got some shooters in there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, dog? I know for sure we got some shooters in there because you know, we's only mess with the real ones, you know?
Exactly. And I mean, I listened to a lot of the comments that people were talking about. I was reading it. I was really taking in a lot of stuff that people actually messaged you, and we wanna let us know. Let us know what you want to know. We're here in Thailand. We're out here. We live in a very different type of place out here. This is a very different type of place. The lives that we lead, I mean, obviously they're regular human lives, but the things that we do every day, the people that we interact with, the types of people we meet, it's a little bit different from where we come from, you know? And
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you can speak on that. I mean, like, every day there's always something different about someone from some other place, and they kind of tell us about different things going on in their country or how they do things. It's a unique place, man.
Yeah, for sure. But man, just, you know, now I feel like we're obligated. Oh, bro, my mom listens to the podcast, dog.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary now. You know what I'm saying? But
perdón, señora Urrutia, si digo lisuras.
Here's the problem, dog.
What's up?
She liked it.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yo, well, it's not a problem, but like, it's one thing, because, you know, obviously, listen, if everybody went doing things based on their mother's opinion of them, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Of course. So I don't know if it's just because it's my mom and she liked it, but I will tell you this, dog. She don't lie, bro. And when it comes to me, she always tells me the truth, dog. So if my mama liked it, that means we might be onto something. I'll do it just for her. I can care if we even get no followers, dog. I don't even want no more subscribers. We good as we go. And so I got my mom listening, bro, then obviously I got a job to attend to. So let's just get at it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what we're going to talk about today, but we got a little bit. We got a little bit in store. We got a little bit in store for you guys.
Yeah. We did a little bit of planning. We did a little bit of but this podcast, I'm excited. This is Mama Urrutia approved.
It's Mama Urrutia approved.
Saludos.
And I just want to say, before we say anything else or we get started, guys, we've been seeing, like, bro, everybody who's listened to it, man, fuck, I love the shit out of you guys so much, and I'm so grateful, and I'm sure JP feels the same way. We're so grateful that you guys would want to listen, and if you guys are down for the cause, then we're down for the cause too. You feel me? So we're gonna ride this bitch till the wheels fall off, no matter what. If you guys are down, we're down. That's the whole reason why we're doing this to begin with in the first place, you know? And hey, if somebody wants to hear what we have to say, then we're going to have to give the people what they want, aren't we, JP?
Exactly. You know, and so let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments. Just keep sharing it. You know, we're going to just build this community as we go along.
Man, so episode 1, okay, on another note, how did you feel about episode 1, JP? What, did you listen to it or what? Stop lying, bro. How many times you listened to it, dog? I know. Bro, how many times you think you listened to it?
I think I listened to it just because I also helped. I mean, obviously we put it together, but probably about good 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had to edit it. Did we edit it or what? We didn't really edit it. Huh?
Not really, man.
We didn't edit it.
What you listened to was exactly what we said. Like, there wasn't no cuts.
Yo, we swear to God, guys. All right. I'm going to make this disclosure right now, bro. First of all, if I offend anybody or if I say anything, I'm sorry. And I'm telling you right now, on episode 2, don't come at me with some bullshit on episode 10. I already gave you the disclaimer. And to be honest, the rest of these episodes are for the people who listened. I don't know what number we're at, dog. But whatever number we're at the dirty 200 or whatever, the dirty 30, the 200, the 200 soldiers that listened to episode 1. From here on out, this shit is for you guys. So as long as we don't fucking make you mad, I'm happy, dog. I'm pretty chill. I'm all right with that. I can deal with that consequences. But for the future, should we continue? Keep going.
Let's keep.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to rant. I don't want to go off.
No.
Too
But
much.
I mean, I think it's a fair point to say because as we go along,
we're gonna say a lot of shit.
We're gonna say a lot of things,
and I might not even know what I'm talking about or really mean it. You know what I'm saying? So, my bad, dog. You know? And I'm very open-minded, so if you disagree, you can change my opinion.
That's the thing about us. Like, we're open to hearing the other side. At least I definitely am about a lot of things. There's some things I'm not, but, I mean, hey, that's my stubbornness, and that's why I'm doing this podcast, man. You know, I kind of want to open up opened up my mind in a lot of different things. So let's see where this takes us. You guys are coming along for the ride, and I mean, obviously, like
we're doing it, dog, till the wheels fall off, motherfucker. We ain't stopping, dog.
Yeah.
We can't stop, won't stop. Like in the great words of Fernando Macachero, if you stop, you die. So let's ride.
Let's ride.
Hey, all right. On another note. Okay, so we're a little bit behind time. All right, so when did we release the podcast? We got to catch up. Now, this podcast, let's pop this bitch out right away. Let's put it out tomorrow.
Okay.
So then everybody knows what time we're at. Because if we got people listening in America, which I know I got a lot of people in the 305 Dade County getting down, listening to the vibes. We're in the future, actually. We're 12 hours ahead, guys, so you got to slow down. But we're going to cater it. We're going to release it on Western time. Let's release it on a time that's good for Western and Eastern, so we have the East and the West vibe, you know? Because we are international players with passports.
That's going to be, I mean, in general in terms, morning or nighttime for us, which is going to be morning or nighttime there.
Oh,
so that's perfect.
So when should we drop it, though? When do people want to listen to it? They want to listen to it in the car, on the way to work, when they're taking a shit. You know what I'm saying? When they're doing dishes. Here's when you go for a run. Imagine fucking imagine somebody going for a run and listening to our stupid asses. This shit is not even real to me, dog. Like the actual.
You know what I'm thinking in my head? We should do just one episode where you like, or not even an episode, just do like a 10-minute track of you like specifically talking up into people's ear. It's meant to be heard when you're running, and you just go off for like 10 minutes about you can do this. You can go ahead.
That. I feel weird. I will feel awkward. But here's the thing: if it's real, I'm down. But all right, okay. So
I'll cut something of motivational stuff you'll say over time.
Speaking of fucking episode 1, I wasn't too happy with it. I didn't want to release it, dog. I was scared. So you're gonna be the boss, man. I'm telling everybody right now. I'm telling you guys, listen. This is the Honey Badger Hour. Oh yeah, we changed the name, BTW. By the way, guys, in the first episode we were the Dinky Dog Hour, but then Honey Badger Hour kind of rolls off the tongue. But yo, JP, you know what it is about the Honey Badger Hour? I really love it and I like it and it rolls off the tongue. But yo, your name has got to be involved because without you, none of this shit would happen, yo.
Oh, well, thank you.
Bro, the sound, you know, like, hey, guys, listen, they bring, we over here talking shit, but this guy was editing. You put the dopest song in the beginning. We had to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love the Honey Badger Hour, but the Honey Badger Hour is not just me, bro. They got to make sure and understand that this is a two-way street. You feel me?
Oh, well,
one hand washes the other. You know what I'm saying, dog? So, bro, you're the one that motivated me to do this, and this is your fucking studio. You know, bro, our sound was off the chain on the last episode. Hey, not to toot each other's horns, dog, but we sounded good, bro. The volume was on point.
I hope this episode is on the same level. You guys let us know.
Yo,
well, obviously we're gonna improve with every episode.
What's the best episode is the next one, right?
Yeah, exactly. The best episode is gonna be the next one.
That's how we gotta look at it, you know. But man, this is where I got a little bit nervous, dog. So when the fucking, you know, when we released that first episode, yo, I felt exposed. I felt like naked out there, dog. I felt like, you know, so all right, so okay, so if you guys, we don't know when you guys heard it, but we released this episode on Sunday. Do you know what day? Sunday this week. What was that?
It was the I think the 11th or 12th.
Okay, so we released this puppy on the 11th on Sunday, Thailand time, about 2 p.m. mid-afternoon, real random hour.
Real release. I mean, it's 2 a.m. East Coast time in America.
And to be honest, guys, the only reason why I released it is because I reneged on my first promise. When on the first episode, the one thing I said was we're not gonna do anything. We don't give a shit what anybody says. And then as soon as we finished the first episode and I heard it and you sent me the copies, I started critiquing myself, you know, and I started like worrying about, I didn't like the way this part came out. I didn't like the way that part came out. And then I was giving you shit for like 3 days, dog. So I apologize now if I'm going to be a pain in the ass to work with. But guys,
I mean, I kind of knew this going in, but keep going.
I mean, you know me for a minute, dog, so you know what's up.
Yeah.
So guys, when did we film this episode, yo?
The first one.
Yeah.
Maybe let's say I think it was a week before. I think it was a Sunday. The Sunday before.
Shit.
So we were sitting on it for a week before we released it.
Oh shit. So we're not even up. So now this episode we got to get up to date. We got to fucking whoop, fast forward, and we just got to hit what's happening now.
I mean, there's one thing with me. I don't sleep, so I'll put this out as soon as possible.
This is true, guys. I've been living with this guy on different occasions for about 4 years now, and this mofo don't sleep. He grinds all day long, and when he's finished grinding at work on the ones and twos, he's fucking training in jiu-jitsu. All right? And then when he finished training jiu-jitsu, he's chilling with me at the crib, and then we talking about podcast shit.
Talking about podcast shit, Epstein, or finding new music.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or maybe that could lead us to our new one of our topics that we're trying to come up with here.
All right, boom.
Here we go. All right.
So, MMA, nothing's been going. Has there been any fights? There hasn't been really no fight shows or anything since the new year started, right? We have one coming up, but we're not even gonna get into that.
I mean, there was one FC last week.
There's one FC last week, which we can tap on if we have time. But let's okay, what's the most recent news in MMA? Oh my God, we did this last time. Let's bring it back. Let's give a big shout out to the boys over in New Zealand. The Anzac takeover continues. Congratulations to all our boys from City Kickboxing. Eugene Behrman getting Coach of the Year. CKB out of New Zealand, which winning Team of the Year. And in my opinion, I definitely think Israel Adesanya was for sure Fighter of the Year for 2019.
Definitely.
And to be completely honest, man, the staff that they got, the lineup that these boys are packing right now, like, and on another note, I could even go into like get this crazy as I feel like Alex Volkanovski could be Fighter of the Decade if you look about the guys that he beat just in the last year and a half just to win that title. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So man, let's get right into it, dog. Big shout out to the Coach of the Year in the biggest game in the biggest game in mixed martial arts of the UFC. This man right here, Eugene Behrman. Okay, let's give a shout out. Let me tell you,
respect where respect is due.
Respect.
And can I actually say something real quick? At the beginning of 2019, the media, there was one media company called Sports Pro. In the beginning of the year, they predicted that Eugene Behrman would be one of the most important coaches in sports, and most influential coaches in sports by the end of the year. And I'll be damned if that did not come true. That came true in freaking spades. That guy is working wonders in Auckland, over in New Zealand.
So let's think. All right, so who do we got in the lineup? So if you guys don't know, City Kickboxing is a small gym based out of Auckland, New Zealand. But they just so happen this not even this year, because this is obviously it's a life's work. You know what I'm saying? These guys have been there. These guys have been there from the very beginning, yo. So we're talking about this year they got the middleweight championship. Israel Adesanya with becoming the middleweight champion, double interim champion, as he likes to say. You know what I'm saying? But boom, he won the title and then defended the title against the other champ. You know, because there's goddamn more champs than who knows in the UFC nowadays. Interim champ. They love these things. And then on top of that, then we go down. We bring the featherweight championship. We go out, bring Alex Volkanovski, defeats Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo, and then on the finish to top off the year, at the end of the year, in the last show of the year, to fucking beat Max Holloway for the featherweight title and claim the featherweight belt. Boom. Beating two legends, two super dominant champions. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, then we got Kai Kara France, my dog since way back, one of my day one homies. Mm-hmm. You know, putting on a spectacular run, making the flyweight division great again.
Young blood.
But yo, you know what it is too, and then on top of that, we got Brad making his UFC debut.
Oh my God, that was.
You know what I'm saying?
It's such a long time coming for him too.
Long time coming, bro.
It was like I told him 2 or 3 years ago. I'm like, it's only a matter of time before the world knows your name. He was like, yeah, Brad.
So check this out. Speaking about the Coach of the Year, man. So I've actually I met a few of the boys from their time training at Tiger. You know what I'm saying? But I had the privilege and honor, man, to work for about 3 weeks, actually, before my ONE FC debut. Bro, my sickest, dopest performance on the striking, pop, 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 you know? It's because I was working with the goddamn scientist, Eugene. he was in Tiger, bro. I got so lucky. So I came back. I was living in Singapore, and I come back to Thailand, brother. And when I go there, Brad is there, and then Eugene is there training, bro. And let me tell you something about Eugene. He's also, not only is he, you know why it's like, nobody deserves it more, but he's a real martial artist, you know? Like, man, when I met, like, when he was at Tiger, the time that he was at Tiger, I mean, just on his actions, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can really tell, like, he was helping all of us out. And I think one of the special qualities, because I was so lucky that I got to work with him while he was here, and you know, it's like one of those special qualities that he had is that he was able to make complicated, or maybe something that you thought was complicated techniques, and break it down and make it so simple that an idiot, even like me, he can get my shit together, you know? Like, I ain't even gonna front. Bro, in the 2-3 weeks that I worked with Eugene, before my one championship debut, has changed my game. Like, I still hit that shit, you know? I hit him with the hit him with the feints, with the, shifting and I'm telling you, bro, like, that's a special quality to have, you know? And like, he just knew how to break down those. He has that real, like, that Yoda vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a real martial artist, man. So, and you know what's funny? He probably doesn't even want that shit, you know? He's so low key.
Which is the mark of a great coach.
Which is the mark of
It's the mark of a great coach.
It's the guy that doesn't want to be in the spotlight.
Yeah,
you know? He wants the best for his.
That's the one.
And you know how you know what a great coach he is how much his students love him, how much his fighters adore him. That tells you all you need to know. That's a man of few words, but he doesn't need to, because his whole team and his actions say it, you know? So, Coach of the Year, nobody deserves it more. And I just, man, to even know that I was able to have the honor to work with you, brother, you know what I'm saying? So, big congrats. And then also CKB winning Team of the Year, capturing 2 world titles. And then not only that, man, don't forget, now we got Dan Hooker on a run, smashing fools, bro. Did you see his KO off of Vic? I forgot that. I think
James Vic.
James Vic. Bro.
He beat
Deaded him, dog.
Tyson Nam.
Deaded him.
I'm sorry, not Tyson.
Deaded him, yo.
James Vic.
So, and Dan Hooker is on a run, dog. Looking at 155, looking stacked and jacked. I can't believe he ever made 45, yo. And he's like, he's such a cerebral fighter, man. Like, that's a scary dude. That's a scary man, dog. This is crazy. Actually, Dan, man, in like 2000, so when he was at Tiger Muay Thai, he was like one of like my go-to guys, man. Like, he was writing up game plans for me, but I used to love to pick his brain on the game, you know, like. He's such a cerebral fighter. He's like, he's a fucking killer, bro. So like,
and there's no.
He's got a big. He's got a big main event coming up now in Auckland, brother.
Yeah,
he's gonna be going against Paul Feller, which I think is a great fight for him, yo.
February 23rd.
February 23rd. The Anzac takeover continues with Dan. I would not want to fight Daniel Hooker ever. And then on top of that, I would not want to fight Daniel Hooker in front of his hometown.
Exactly.
In New Zealand, dog. And he's got a baby now. And he's got a kid. He's married. He's fighting for something else. That's a scary, scary passion. Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big congratulations to my brother, Shay Walsh.
Congratulations, Shay.
Just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Just a few hours ago. We just spoke briefly, but I know my man's going to have his hands full. Shay Walsh, I know for sure he's going to be one of our big-time supporters. I call him the White Walker, Shay Walsh, because he's so damn white. The Lancaster Savage, one of my best buddies from the 2014 scholarship. He just had a baby. Make sure you check out ShayWalshMMA.com, Shay Walsh MMA on Instagram. And if you guys are in England or you're in the Lancaster area, make sure you check my man's out. You know, if you want because when it comes to MMA and martial arts instruction, you ain't gonna find a better champ. Okay, Bama world champ, Bellator veteran. Congratulations, brother. We love you. Big hug. And we can't wait to see you, dog.
Congratulations to you and your wife.
Rolling down the title. Now, we got 2 champions. Israel Adesanya and Alex Volkanovski. Israel Adesanya with probably also, in my decision, so not only does we have Coach of the Year and Gym of the Year in the same spot, but then also in my opinion, I definitely think Izzy was the Fighter of the Year. Because,
easy. That's not even a question.
That scrap, bro, with Kevin Gastelum was one of the fucking craziest title fights I might have ever seen in my life, bro. And the heart and determination that both those guys showed, just like like I'm such a fanboy, man. Like,
we were
oh
watching,
my God. And then
we
to
were
go
watching
out,
that fight just the other day.
Yeah. We had to hit him with a rewind, you know, and bust it out. So then just to beat Kevin Gastelum for the interim welterweight title, and then go on a few months later to go and defeat the current reigning champ. Then we got going down the list. How many you? Then we have Brad Riddell making his UFC debut, winning bonus of the night. Okay, boom, another huge fight, another long time guy. This is gonna be a future. This could be a future champion in the 155 division, 100 pound, 100%. So boys, keep your eyes open for Brad Riddell, 155. And then also we have Kai Kara France. Can you pull up Kai Kara? Damn, now we got the freaking computer and shit. We're legit now, dog. But unfortunately, it's coming. I have to kind of take a piss, but we're gonna try and hold out for as long as we can, yo.
You want to see his record?
Okay, so Kai Kara went on a big run this year. How many fights did we have? How many fights are we talking?
So since 2017. He's had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight winning streak, and then that came to an end last month in December. But before that, he was on an 8 fight winning streak stretching back 2 whole years.
Boom, there you go. And Kai was also on the Ultimate Fighter. What season was that? Can you go down? What season? It was Ultimate Fighter, the flyweights. I believe it was the last flyweights with Henry Cejudo. He was on Team Cejudo.
He was on Team Cejudo. Yes, he was.
And who was Cejudo going against? That was actually the last time I watched the Ultimate Fighter show because my boy was on it. Yeah, but if not, I haven't seen the Ultimate Fighter show in a long time. Do you ever watch the Ultimate Fighter show?
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've seen him. Yeah, he was in 2016, the Tournament of Champions, the 24th edition. He won his first fight.
They had all they got all flyweight champions from all around the board. That was a good Ultimate Fighter season actually. But he was actually one of the few fighters that got signed afterwards. So
yeah,
man, talking about a guy that started from the bottom, yo.
Dude.
Yo. So shit, man. So Kai was in Tiger when you got there, right?
He was a kid.
Or were you already there, or what?
He was a kid. Yeah, I was already there. He had just come there. I think it was about a year after I got there. Maybe even a few months. And man, the way he is now, just very focused, low key. That's how he's always been.
How he's always been.
He's always very laser sharp focused. Like there's always been that one thing in his eyes you can just see, and that's just a title belt.
He's always
that
been
UFC title
it,
belt, the top title belt, not just any.
He's always been ready. He's always been down, man. And that's a guy that's like, man, him when he got to the UFC, that was like one of the more satisfying, because thing with the UFC these days, you can get on the Ultimate Fighter show where a lot of these guys they go on to Can Crush, they beat a bunch of guys that aren't so good, and then they get to the UFC and then they get exposed with the quickness, But when Kai made his UFC debut, you could just tell that there was a different level to this thing, This is a guy that's been tried and tested on the scene way before the UFC. This is a guy who's probably, in my opinion, has been UFC ready since I met him, And man, just talking about never getting the memo, went through the downs, went through the ups in this game, and since he's been fighting since he was so young, man, it's like he really grew up in the sport, And man, we were together. I remember when I was with him and in the darkest days, and I was also with him when that win streak started, and to see, I'm so proud of him, man. Like, I don't even know where to begin with the stories. I don't even know what I can or can't say because I don't want to incriminate my boy. But, man, I'm telling you guys right now, the 125, the flyweight division, this is the man to look out for, yo. So, big congrats to all the boys at ZKB, man. You guys are an inspiration. And you know what I was thinking, man? Like, one of the things about these guys, you know what it is, too? Yo, it's one of them, I think for sure one of the secrets, it's not just them, it's the boys in the trenches, It's the guys that are coming up. It's the guys that you don't hear about. You know what I'm saying? It's the guys that are putting in the work in the trenches every day in all the sessions, helping. And you know what it is? They all have this, they all believe in each other, man, and they all love each other. And bro, that goes a long way. Sometimes you could want a gym with like a lot of big talents and stuff like that, but when you got a core group of guys who all believe and want the same thing, it's a dangerous thing, you know. And the one thing about CKB, man, that they got, let's give it up for the boys in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I know they got JT Vake coming up, my man BJ, Quicksand Bland, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Give it up from what about Big Bo, dog?
Big Bo, baby.
Yo,
Bo Rawiri.
Bro, Big Bo was one of my favorite people when he came to Tiger, dog.
Man.
He was just one of those cats that just was never, you don't hear a peep from him. Shows up every day on time and does his job.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, those are like some of my favorite people in the gym. You know, it's the, what do you call it? How do I say that? Like, what do I call them? Like the regular Joe warriors, you know, the guys that the real heroes, you know, the real people that we should all be like inspired by, you know, because you got like the athletes, but this is their job, you know, they train every day, twice a day, 3 days a week. Your job is to be fit and to train as much as possible, you know, but then you forget that when you go to like these local gyms and other places, you know, you got the guys that are working, the real badasses, you know, the real heroes, you know. The guys that are waking up at 5 in the morning, grinding all day from 9 to 5, coming home from work from a long day, and then putting on their freaking rash guard or putting on their gi and then putting it in on the mat, you know? Mm-hmm. So one time for all my boys that are there on the sidelines, you know, that might not get the shine and shit, but those are a lot of times the guys that help bring you up, man. Those are sometimes the best training partners for you, you know?
Oh, dude, yeah. Especially like someone like Bo, man. When he was at Tiger and just training every day, just inspire you to like go at your best.
Siam Sub Series. Siam Sub Series under 75 kg champ. I don't know.
Siam Sub Series local jiu-jitsu tournament out here.
I don't know what his shout out to Alex Shields Jiu-Jitsu. If you guys want to compete and you're in Phuket, hopefully there will be a Siam Sub Series coming around.
Submission.
Hey, there's a little free plug for the homies. You know what I'm saying? So, on another note, what you been up to, brother? How was your week been so far? What's good? How's Thailand treating you?
Oh man, Thailand. We're in the midst of a time where this is a busy time. It's funny because it's super freaking hot right now, and this place is full of tourists. But
Dog.
that's the story of our lives, right? Story of our lives.
High season right now is no joke. There is a lot of tourists. It ain't safe on these streets, bro. And everywhere I go to go eat, it's like, oh man, like just. So I guess right now it hasn't rained in a long time. Thank God.
It's been a while, yeah.
I guess that's one of the good things in high season,
Exactly.
Because it's shit. If there's one thing about living on a tropical island, dog, is you finna catch some rain sometimes.
So for the uninitiated, for people who don't know what we're talking about, we call it high season, and we call it, I guess, the rainy season.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like in different places, you might have 4 seasons. You got autumn, winter, spring, summer. Here we got high season and rainy season. And the high season is basically the dry season. It doesn't rain, but it's always hot. And it's hot during the rainy season too. But because it's raining, it feels a lot cooler because obviously things are more wet and there's a breeze. But right now we're in the high season. It's usually from the end of November until late May-ish, around that time, or maybe late April, whatever. It's around that time. And right now it's super hot, but it also invites a lot of people coming to this island. Especially Thailand, but especially here.
So it's good for the economy, right?
Yeah.
It's good for the economy, like because a lot of Thailand's economy is built on tourism, right?
Yes, it's about 10% of GDP.
Yeah, and the classes have been super packed in training. Have you seen the 4 o'clock pro training at Tiger Muay Thai? It's been insane.
I'm jealous.
It's been insane.
So many people.
It's been packed from wall to wall, from beginning to day. So there's a lot of people visiting right now from high season. But the only thing is, bro, it's chaos on these streets. Man, you got to be careful out there because you got a lot of guys that they don't ever drive motorbikes, and then they're out there renting motorbikes, taking up. I went to a restaurant it's like I don't even know. We got to go to exclusive local spots only because anywhere that is like pretty semi-popular it's just super packed right now. Which is great for everybody else, but fuck, man, if you're hungry, it sucks, man.
I mean, listen, we might have to like kind of put a kibosh on the mentions of our favorite restaurants because people are going to start going there all the time. We'll take you to our favorite spots if you know us and this and that. But in terms of talking about it here, we'll probably just kind of allude to it and have you guys guess because, you know, there's some amazing places out here, but they get packed.
Packed.
Super packed out here. And, I mean, listen, as much as we say there's a lot of people on high season, I'm so happy the wrestling classes are packed up, the jiu-jitsu classes.
Well, that's the thing. You got to take the good with the bad. You know, it's a lot of people, so we have a lot of training bodies.
I mean,
so everything gets better, you know. And then the energy on the mats has been amazing with all the people there, you know. Just, you know, like it's just busy time, you know. But the weather's so great, also.
The weather's amazing right now.
The weather's great. I haven't been to the beach yet, though. I haven't been to the beach. Been pretty busy.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not a beach guy because growing up in Miami, I guess I was like kind of spoiled where I've always had access to the beach. So I don't know. Maybe.
But did you go to the beach a lot in Miami?
No, not really. Yo. I think I don't like being tired. You know what it is? The beach is like an all-day thing, and then if you go to the beach during the day, then you can't train at night. Hey, so you know what I did yesterday? I went vegetarian yesterday. I didn't have no meat.
It's easy to do out here.
It's super easy. It's really easy to do out here.
Yeah.
You know, I was vegetarian for like 3 to 4 years. When I first started training.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I was vegetarian.
In America?
In America, yeah.
Wow.
It took me forever. It took me like a year and a half. I was trying, but yeah. So when I first started training, I wanted to be like a Diaz brother. You know what I'm saying? And
powered by plants.
And my coach is a vegan, and he's been like a lifelong vegan, but he's like a different type of vegan because he doesn't like push it on you. You know what I'm saying? So when I first started training, I just wanted to be like my coach, and it's like, all right, so I want to do, bro, like when I first started training, right, like everything, this guy was like the man, so it's like, yo, he still is the man, but it's like, all right, I want to do everything like him because I want to be as close to him as possible skill level wise, you know what I'm saying? So I was just doing everything he did, so he's pretty hardcore though. He was like vegetarian for a while, but now I think he's pretty much full vegan, you know? So I was vegetarian for like, I was vegetarian for about like 2 to 3 years, man. From blue belt, I would say. I don't know if I ate meat as a white belt, but from blue belt to all of purple belt, I was vegetarian, bro. And I was the most miserable vegetarian ever. I was just like never happy, dog. My mom used to call me a pizzatarian.
Because you can eat pizza.
Because that was the one thing that was like the only meal that I always look forward to, you know? So I would just grab mad pizzas. But I don't know, like, I definitely felt good, you know, like it did. I don't think it hindered my performance. You know what I'm saying?
If anything, I think it kind of helped propel you in those years where you were just learning how to do, especially jiu-jitsu. It's very difficult to learn, and in that time, you had a role model who was already doing some similar nutritional things as you were doing. Obviously, or was your coach vegan at that time, or were you both vegetarian?
Since I met him, he's been pretty much vegan. Like I think sometimes he would eat pizza, but I know for sure like the last time I was in America, like he hasn't had no meat or nothing like that. Actually, big ups. If you guys don't know, shout out to my coach Enrico Coco, the OG, straight out of Miami, Florida, the OG in the game. He's got a big grappling match in Jits Kings Promotions in Florida. He's going against this guy, the Boogeyman.
Oh.
The guy from 10th Planet.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Richard Martinez. Oh, not Richard.
Something.
Martinez.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think so.
Is that Richard Martinez?
Yeah, so I think he's got a super fight with him. So you guys make sure to catch Jits Kings January 24th. If you want to see the most dynamic grappler in the game, check out my boy Enrico Coco doing work.
Hispanics.
Putting down,
Hispanic jiu-jitsu, baby.
Para los Dominicanos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's Dominican?
Yeah, he's
I didn't know he was Dominican. Oh, nice.
Where are you from, JP?
I'm Peruvian. My family's all Peruvian. I'm from New Jersey, born and raised. But
mom and dad both?
Mom and dad. My dad's from Iquitos in the Amazon. My mom's from Lima.
Really?
In the capital, yeah.
Yo, so I don't know if anybody knows, and where were you born?
I was born in Paterson, New Jersey.
And where was I born?
You were born in Paterson, New Jersey.
Yo. And you're Peruvian?
I'm Peruvian.
And I'm Peruvian. What year were you born?
I was born 1986.
And I was born in 1986.
On the same floor, probably.
What month is your birthday?
November.
Are you fucking with me?
Nope.
My birthday's in November. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first conversation me and JP had when we met in 2013. Okay, guys? We were hanging out at some spot in Phuket, Thailand. All right? And I see this guy, and he's the intern. What were you doing in Thailand in 2013, dog?
In 2013, I was a marketing intern at Tiger Muay Thai and MMA training camp in Chalong, Phuket, Thailand.
Boom. All right. Okay, guys. And in 2013, I came from Miami, Florida, to learn and train real Muay Thai with one of my best friends, who's now one of my best friends, who was one of my training partners in Miami before, Joe Ray. He was also training in Tiger Muay Thai, so I came down, and I've always wanted to train. I've always wanted to come to Thailand since I started training, you know. But beyond that, it's another story. When we met, I remember I was chilling, bro, right? We're hanging out, and we're chilling at this spot. I don't know, like, I forgot what it was, but it was a nighttime spot, all right? And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, oh, you're from America? I was like, yeah, I'm from America too, you know? And I was like, where you from? And I never forget, bro. You were like, yo, I'm from New Jersey. And then I was like, oh, me too. And then I was like, what part of New Jersey you were born? He says, oh, I was born in Patterson. I was like, nah, I was born in Patterson too. And then we find out that we're both Peruvian. And then I think it stopped there.
It stopped there that night.
I think it stopped there that night.
And then
what, like
that had to be, I think that was August, and then
it was August. That's when I came to Thailand. It was when I first came, and then
yeah.
When did we live together? Like a year later, probably about like 9 months, because I went to Singapore for a while.
Something like that, yeah. And then it was around November, and I was actually
oh, that's what happened.
And we were living together in November.
So guys, I found another Peruvian from Patterson, New Jersey, and then in November, I don't know who said it, but one of us is like, oh, my birthday's coming up. And he's like, yo, my birthday's coming up too. And I was like, when's your birthday? When's your birthday, dog?
My birthday is November 22nd.
That's when I was like, nah, you fucking with me. And my birthday's 19th, which sucks. I'm technically older than by what, 2-3 days?
3 days, yeah.
So I'm wiser, yo.
Hey, there's something to be said about that, maybe.
I got some experience under my belt, dog. I got 3 more fucking days of life living.
So
bro.
should I call you P Emilo?
You can call
P,
me,
by the way, P is what you call someone who's like older than you in Thailand.
Which in Thailand, for us being foreigners in Thailand, we all look like we're older than everybody. My damn. So, some of the favorite restaurants that we go to, some of our ladies, you know, they probably look 10 years younger than us, you know, and they're probably 15 years older.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Asians don't age, dog. They got that on their side for sure. I don't know what they're doing right with the diet or whatever. But they're killing the game, son.
They really are.
They definitely got the answers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, yeah.
It's a fountain of youth out here.
Yeah. You always think, like, when you're from the West, you know, like, you think that everything that you got is the best. But then you see, like, there's other ways to do things, you know. There's other perspectives. There's other, you know, it doesn't always have to be exactly how it seems.
That's kind of why I've been here for so long.
Oh, yo, you know what okay, so check this out, right? If you were in America, right, and you wanted to open up a business, like, so remember, like, I always used to think, is this, I don't know if this is everywhere, but, like, okay, in Thailand, right, you would know more, because you're the Google for Thailand. All right, you have a lot of people, right, they live in places, but a lot of people will live exactly where they work, right? Or is this a common thing or not so much?
What do you mean?
Like, meaning they might have, they might be, like, a chicken rice place where they have, like, a little food stand.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have it outside. But then they'll have their, like, wherever they live will be, like, right upstairs.
Yeah.
Is this common, or is this just, like, in a few things, you know?
I think this is not just Asia. I mean, we want to say it's Thailand, but I think it's all of Asia. And quite frankly, I think it's a lot of South America, too. Because in Peru, it's like that, too. When I used to go home, or when I used to...
People will live, like...
People will do the same thing.
Are. They have their shop here, and then they live upstairs, and their shop's downstairs.
If they happen to have a living area, a house... like right on a main road, the living room that has the front door, they'll just make that into a restaurant, and then everything else behind it is where they live.
And it's their crib.
Easy. It's their house. That's it.
And then they have That's now, it. Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
right.
That's how my brother has it. My brother's restaurant is a garage. It's his garage.
Now, for us in the West, right? I would be like, oh my God. So I was always under the impression like, oh my God, how could you work where you live? That's got to be so stressful because you want to like separate, you know? But what's more crazy, living on top of the facility you live at or fucking driving an hour and a half one way, stuck in traffic, bro? Imagine. And then working for 8, 10, 12 hours and then driving back. And guess what? When you finish, everybody else finishes, and then you drive back 2 hours. So then you got maybe 2 to 3 hours a day commuting back and forth to the place. So who's crazy? The people who live on top of the shop where they work? You know, where they can just like, wake up, you fucking walk down in your underwear, you know, throw your pants on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you're at work. So it's like, I don't know, it just goes to show, you know,
I
like
live that life.
Perception, bro.
I live that life where my job back in America, the second most recent job I had before I moved out to Thailand, my place of work was no more than maybe 25 minutes with no traffic. But with traffic in the daytime and the nighttime rush hours, it was an hour and a half to 2 hours to drive 25 minutes. It is
me too.
Dumb. Why? Yeah, we're both from high traffic areas in the States.
Yeah, fucking Miami. Yo, I was working as I remember I was I was a pipe fitter, and I was working construction in Miami Beach, and I lived in like the West Kendall area, so I lived like about 40 minutes in, you know what I'm saying? But my job was on the beach, and I remember at one time they were filming a movie, yo. I forgot what movie it was.
Oh my God.
They were filming a movie in Miami, and the
That's
roads
annoying.
were closed for almost 9 months. It was crazy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if the roads were closed there was 2 different times. One time during the movie, there was a movie. I forgot what movie. I want to say Bad Boys.
I was thinking Bad Boys 2. Was it Bad Boys 2?
I want to say Bad Boys, but I feel like I was too young for that. For Bad Boys, I feel like I was too young to be working already. I don't know how.
Maybe it was
Pain
Pain and Gain. Maybe it was Pain and Gain. Maybe it was The Rock, bro. Maybe
it could have been the damn Rock.
Made you late.
It could have been The Rock, but yo, he's from the 305. He's from the U, so it's all good.
His royalty down there.
He can do whatever he wants. If The Rock wanted to be president, I would vote for that Jack motherfucker to be president any day of the week,
hell
dog.
Yeah.
That's my dog right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Modi. If you smell low with the eyebrow, with the people's eyebrow, bro, dog.
Yo,
I remember I went on I used to love.
He beat Stone Cold, bro.
Off topic, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening. Did you know? All right, just because I'm so glad this happened. I guess this is how these podcasts is gonna work, right? You're gonna talk about one thing, and next thing you know,
where it goes.
You time warp and you're somewhere else. Yo, did you know Ariel Helwani has never watched Rocky?
What? Really? No. That can't be true.
I'm fucking offended, yo.
That can't be true.
Listen, we got mics. We can take this fool's job tomorrow, dog. Because how the fuck could you be a combat sports journalist and never seen Rocky? I'm offended, JP. Bro, the morals. I was grown up. Dog, the way I lived, the way I was raised is based on the morals coming from the Rocky series, yo. And I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3. 1 through 6, baby. 6. And throw in Creed 2. Also, Creed 1. Creed 1 was good, was decent. I got into it. I like the little switcheroo.
I like the way they filmed.
But Creed 2, go fuck yourself. You fucking challenge my intelligence like that. Creed 2, dog shit. Creed 1 is alright. But yo, Rockies 1 through 6, I even loved Rocky Balboa. My opinion doesn't even matter, dog, because I'm so biased on it. Listen.
That was actually really
that's
good.
The greatest.
That was really good. Rocky Balboa was really good.
I got the Rocky Balboa.
They got a real boxer for that too.
Rocky Balboa is not bad.
No, it's not.
It is not bad. Neither is Rocky 5.
His speech to his son.
Rocky 5. That street fight scene is off the chain, dog.
Homie.
Bum. Yo, Rocky 5 is dope. Yo, Rocky 5 is real, man.
Rocky 5 is very meta. Especially because they put that Don King type of character in there.
Dog. Rocky
I love
5.
that they did that.
Listen. Let's fucking finish, bro. Rocky 5 is where it's at. I love them all.
It's very underrated.
And yo, when I was a kid, so like from like I don't know what age, but like when I first started Rocky, the first 2 was hard to watch. My dad was like, "Yo, you gotta watch the first 2. It's all about the first 2, the dialect and the talk, and him and Adrian. Oh, it's the best love story of all time.
It's not just that.
It's the best love story.
It's not just that.
No, like, but Rocky 3. When I was a teen, like when I first started watching Rocky, it was all about the action. I love Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 because those fight scenes, bro, those fight scenes were the shit. Remember when he's getting hit? Oh, you ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking Rocky 3, that was the shit. And then Rocky 4, same thing. You know, took the power, took the shots, boom, and it's like, oh,
in the Cold War.
I couldn't quote this whole fucking movie, bro, from 1 through 5. But Rocky 3, 4, as a kid in the beginning, that's like the entry level Rocky movies. Those are always going to be your two favorite, the action as a kid. But as you get older, when you get a little bit more mature, then you go to Rocky 2 because he wins the title, and that's a dope ass fight too. They both fall down, and he gets up and he's like, "Yo, Adrian, I did it!" Oh, bro, I'll cry right now talking about that shit, bro. That motherfucker will tear jerk me, bro. Okay, so the fact that this guy is a fight analyst and he's never seen Rocky, I was fucking offended, bro. Because Rocky 5, dog, even Rocky 5 with the fight scene. Oh, this is what I was gonna go to. Yo, in Rocky 5, bro, there's a part after the fucking when he's in the shower in the very beginning and he's shaking, yo. His hands are shaking and he's talking to Adrian. He's like, "I can't stop shaking." He's in the shower and he's like, yo, that's the real deal, Holyfield, bro. That's the end of the road, man. You take one too many shots, bro, and that could, especially in boxing and like such a crazy where you can take so much, the striking sports, the head damage is crazy compared to like the statistics, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's the real shit, bro. And then for him to go on the street, the guy had it all. It's just the typical, it's the rise and the fall, you know? But man, that street fight scene, bro, super underrated. Hey, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knock, man? Yo, if you guys haven't seen Rockies 1 through 5, watch them all. Do yourself a favor and give yourself a treat. Actually, I should almost make that a prerequisite to listen to this goddamn podcast, dog. Because that's how serious I am about Rocky, okay? I'm more serious about Rocky, my fanaticism for Rocky, than my fanaticism from Game of Thrones, yo.
You are.
100%, dog. 100%.
Which is insane because 100%. I've sat there for over 80 hours with you to watch Game of Thrones, maybe more than that.
But Rocky still gets me hyped. Like I'm already over Game of Thrones.
Season 8 really kind of.
They've really fucking. I don't know, dog.
But that's another conversation for another day. What I want to say is that, like,
what up?
I respect the fuck out of the Rocky movies, not just obviously for their content, but how it even began. Sylvester Stallone wrote the frickin' script for Rocky 1. He had an idea in his head how he wanted it to go, but he wrote the script. He brought it to studios, and they didn't want him as the star.
Nah, they didn't.
And he's like, no, I'm not selling this unless I will be the actor playing Rocky. And he stuck to his guns.
Yo, he stuck to his guns. That's the guy. He didn't sell himself short. Yo, could you see anybody else playing Rocky?
Nope. Who else could have played that?
Yo, I can go all day. I can do a whole.
Pull it off.
Yeah, like I remember in there's one scene, this old school ass scene where Adrian's in his room and she's freaking out, you know, and she's freaking out. She's like, oh, blah blah blah. She's like, I gotta call my uncle. I'm freaking out right now, as though this guy has got this chick in his room. He's trying to put it on her. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to smash. Just took her ice skating and shit. And he's like, oh, I'll call your uncle, no problem. And he lifts up the window, dog, and he sticks his head. Oh yeah. Hey, yo, Paulie. Yo, this is how it was in the '80s. He's like, oh, you want me to call your uncle? I'll call, because he was so broke he didn't have a phone. He lifts up his window and he sticks his head out the window and he's like, hey, yo, Paulie, these cousins with your sisters with me. I'll call you later. Fuck, man. I don't know. Like, yo, watch that scene again, and if that shit still doesn't hold up now in the 2020s,
oh, it does.
Then maybe I'm just getting too old.
It does.
That's how I know
It does. In fact, it's more poignant now because of the fact that he has to open up the window and he yells out. It's just, I don't know, it hits home a little harder for me.
I don't know, man. They don't make fucking movies anymore that good, yo. Like,
nothing original. There's nothing original.
There's nothing original, yo.
There's here and
I don't like the fucking remakes either, man. I don't know if I'm just if I'm just like a negative person, bro. I hate fucking movies nowadays. Listen, and I don't watch. I'm cursing a lot. My mom is gonna kill me, bro.
I'm excited for one movie in 2020. It's a Christopher Nolan film called Tenet. And it's starring, I think his name is John David Washington. It's Denzel Washington's son, who's been doing some great movies up until now. And I'll show you the trailer after this. It's a psychological thriller. I'm excited for that one. But other than that, man, there's really not been a lot of films.
I know. There's a few decent here and there, you know. But like, bro, I don't know, man. Even the Netflix shows are a little bit watered down, it feels like, you know.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like they just greenlight the shit that everyone else says no to just so they have content. But well, let's see where it goes.
What's the last? I'm trying to think. Like, what's the? Oh, yo.
From Hollywood, not many.
Fuck
outside
Hollywood,
of Pixar.
Dog.
Outside
fuck
of
Hollywood.
Hey,
let's get Asian as fuck on them, bro.
You want to go there?
The zombie movie. The zombie movie. Okay, guys, ladies. Okay, this can segue right into our next segment, dog. Guys, we're gonna have a part of this podcast where you guys can chime in too. Okay, if you see anything dope, you just let me know. All right, you just let me know. We're gonna have what we're gonna call this. We're gonna start this segment right now. New shit. What's the name? Did we have a name for it?
Yeah, new obsession.
New obsession. All right. First of all, okay, let's start 2. We got 2 so far. Do I need to slow? Am I talking
No,
too
we're
fast?
good. Keep going.
You think people can understand me?
Yeah.
Yo, the first 2. First of all, I told my parents. They saw it right away. They finally saw it.
What do
Agreed.
they think?
Train to Busan.
Boom.
If you guys have Netflix and if you're listening to this, if you got YouTube and you got whatever it is that you're listening to our stupid asses, for sure you got Netflix. Watch Train to Busan. It is a dope ass movie.
Unbelievable.
I like that movie so much. We watched it twice.
Crazy good.
1.5 because I went upstairs. I got tired. But we watched it again, and it was like just as good the second time. I promise. I promise. Because on the first time, I think I was on my phone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I missed some pieces. But damn, that movie's good. We can't even talk about it because we can't spoil it, huh?
I don't want to spoil it, but
you think we spoiled Rocky for anybody?
No, I mean, listen, that's no.
Yeah,
I mean, you got 30, like 20 years. I feel like that's
28 years. You're good.
Yeah, you're all right. You're right. Even if Game of Thrones, I'm like,
yeah. If you haven't, okay, but for sure, if you guys are kind of bored and you're scrolling down, because I know this is what happens to you, dogs and dogettes. I know this is what happens. You get home from a hard day's work or a hard day training or a hard day school, whatever it is that you're doing, what you do. And you're like, fuck, you go on Netflix, you just go on YouTube, and you're like, you watch all the episodes of Joe Rogan, you know what I'm saying? You watch all this shit. There's no more. I'm telling you right now, watch Netflix, Train to Busan. You'll thank me later.
Yep.
You're welcome.
You already said it. I mean, it's part zombie film, it's part something else. You will not be disappointed. It's got great trajectory, great storytelling. It's very visual.
And it's a zombie movie.
And it's a zombie film.
We fucked up.
No, we already said it was a zombie film.
I didn't know. Did we say sure? I don't
yeah,
remember
but
saying
at the same time, it's at its
like,
core,
if you tell me
it's
it's a zombie movie, I'm not going to fucking watch it. I don't like zombie movies. I was that guy back in the day, bro. When zombie movies, I was like, oh, I don't like zombies. It's stupid.
Same thing with Game of Thrones. Same thing with a lot of people.
When I found out that's why it took me so long to get through Game of Thrones, yo.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't like zombie movies, but this is dope.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Dope. This is different. It's got a little spin on it.
And trust us, like for 1 week, we watched just zombie movies. I think,
probably,
and inadvertently too.
Oh
we watched all the Zombie Lands.
They're not that good. I don't know.
I enjoy them. I think they're fun, but they're not like. I'm not gonna recommend. That's not the first thing I'm gonna say. Hey, let's watch this. No. Train to Busan. I'll watch that. I'll recommend that. I'll watch it again. I love that film because it's not just a zombie film. At its core, is something else, and I think that's why I think it catches us.
Okay, yo, guys, Train to Busan. It's a movie. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yo, what is the show that we're watching that you showed me the other day? Dog, you showed me the first episode, Midnight Diner.
Tokyo Stories, Midnight Diner.
Tokyo Stories, Midnight Diner on Netflix. And we're about to go. It's subtitles, guys. Both are subtitles. We got one Korean, one Japanese. Midnight Stories is a Japanese show, which, I don't know what the feedback's gonna be. Guys, watch a few episodes. Tell us what you think. I showed 2 people, and they were like, "What is this shit?" They shut it off. But you know what? It made me judge those people because now I think they're less intelligent. I'm not too impressed that they weren't impressed. But it could be kind of, I don't know. It could be a little off. I love that. Fuck, that show is it's very peaceful, man.
It's just that's all it is.
Okay, you do it because I don't want to. I'll probably spoil it if I talk. What is the premise on the show, Big Dog? Jay Pizzle, drop a beat on him. What's the premise?
Midnight Diner, Tokyo Story.
Sell it.
It's pretty much it centers around this one little restaurant. It's not even a big restaurant. And don't think of it as a diner as in America. Think of it as a small
like
little
bar.
restaurant.
It's a bar stool.
It's kind of like a bar place.
Stool.
And it's basically just stories of people who come in to this one little restaurant and how the chef, bro, Master-san, how he impacts their lives. That's all.
They call the chef Master. Okay? And no, but you're missing the main thing, bro. You forgot the main thing about the show.
What is it?
Okay, it's a restaurant. It's a
Go.
It's a restaurant that doesn't have a menu.
Oh yeah, they don't have a menu.
Come on, man, that's the main. Bro,
So
forget
they
about
don't-
what he says. Forget about everything JP says.
No.
Rewind. Yo, this is the premise of the show. He says, when the people go to sleep.
Okay, listen.
In the long night, when people go home
and they go
finish
back
their day.
after they finish their day, they go home. That's when my day starts. People come to my restaurant and I don't have a menu. They think there's nothing here, but then I show them.
No.
What?
Oh.
What?
He says my restaurant
I'm
is
open-
open from 6 in the morning, 6 at night.
No,
7 in the
midnight.
morning.
Midnight. He opens at midnight. Midnight diner,
It's
bro.
midnight diner.
What are you
Okay.
doing?
Okay. Sorry, guys. This show is about a restaurant that's only open from 12 at night to 7 in the morning, and he doesn't have a menu, but he'll make whatever you want.
As long as he has the ingredients.
Wow, that's the shit.
And-
Imagine a restaurant like that.
And-
he'll make anything, and then every episode,
Is one dish.
and
It's about one dish every episode, and how these people connect through this one dish.
boom. So every time it comes in, a new customer comes in, and it's a new story.
It's a brand
I
new story.
love that show.
And like
That's a
if
great
you
show.
watch it like as
I like-
episodic, if you watch it sequential, if you watch it from beginning to end, it'll reward you for that. Like it'll make callbacks. It'll make it'll like if we've seen recurring characters in there, but they're not like it's not something where you have to watch the first episode or the last episode.
Nah, you
it's
can
something
watch
we
any
can watch in
episode.
any order, but it rewards you if you watch it all in sequence. It's great.
Because
though.
then
I
they
love
come
that
back,
show.
you know? It's a good show. How many
And
seasons?
it's
Only
deep,
2?
man. It's deep. It gets to you.
Yeah. I banged him out and like quick. I banged him out with the quickness. I wasn't fucking around.
You know why
I
I
lost
like-
sleep one day, but it's all right. It
You
was
know
worth
why
it.
I love that show?
Can't stop, bro.
It's because it reminds me of this other show that was on Telemundo back in the States. I forgot the name of it, but it was about
You just hit him with a Telemundo.
Telemundo, baby.
Shout out to Telemundo
I think
and
it was-
everybody who knows what that is.
I think it was called Dichos en el Pared or something like that because it meant, which means quotes on the wall, which was basically about a restaurant where people would come in and the owner of that little restaurant would talk to different patrons and was about the story of that person and how they had a quote on the wall and they would write a quote on the wall at the end of the episode and they would show that in the beginning of the episode and they show how that quote was made. So that was the show in Spanish. But this show is, because I love food, bro. I love food. Like, that's what Midnight Diner is, man. But it's a Japanese version, and it's very Japanese. It's very respectful. It's very masterful. Master Son.
Yo. Okay, so new shit. Oh no, what's the name of this segment? What would you say? Oh, new obsessions.
obsession.
New obsessions. Guys, if you're Dragon on Netflix, Train to Busan, check it out. And if you want an interesting show, it's a little bit weird, but I love the shit out of it. It's Midnight Diner.
Tokyo Stories.
Tokyo Stories.
It's simple. It's
and
easy.
subtitles, both subtitles. If you ain't trying to read, guys, I'm sorry. Apologize now. You have to use your noggin a
I
little
think
bit.
we've just kind of given up on Hollywood trying to entertain us, man. It's just, I'm sick of these superhero films, bro.
I don't watch. I don't watch superhero movies. Films.
I'll watch it once in a while if it's on, whatever,
Yeah,
and
listen,
I got no
like,
choice. Okay.
People
but-
were talking about Avengers like deep, like hard, but I feel like we shouldn't even say the name right now because I
mean, quite frankly, it is impressive
have.
what they've done with that,
No,
but
listen,
it's not
a lot
something
of people were
where
saying
I
like the
wasn't
last
interested.
episode was pretty deep, you know, was like pretty legit. I like Iron Man. I saw Iron Man. I think that's the best one.
I think what they've done with the Avengers is impressive. They've made this whole universe, like, it's 10 years worth of movies. I can't really believe that it's been that long, but it's 10
Yeah,
years
time flies.
worth of outside films that all kind of interconnect, and that's kind of cool, but I don't have the
10
time
years?
or the patience. Yeah, the first Iron Man came out in 09, I think.
Yeah,
2010,
I'm not a
09?
fan of. I don't know why. I'm just, you know what it is? Like you kind of know the ending. So I don't know if that's just me, but I know a lot of people love it. Like they just like to be entertained, but like
It's
I
just
don't
too
know.
many explosions that don't
Yeah,
mean anything.
bro.
to
I
me.
remember I was watching
It
one
just don't mean
episode,
anything.
dog, and this fucking guy Thor came down. I don't know. I went to go watch one Avengers movie. I don't know which one it was. You know, because sometimes people just want to go to the movies. You just go, right? You want to go chill. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to go to the movies. You go
Yeah.
buy a seat, sit down. You know, take some time up. And I just remember watching it. I was just like, yo, these guys were talking, and they were like in these stupid superhero suits, and this fucking Thor with his underwear and his hammer, and they're talking to the cops, and I just couldn't believe it, yo. I just wasn't buying that storyline. But at the same time, I'm not a comic book guy. I bet you if I read the comics, if I liked Marvel, like I was into Game of Thrones, look at this shit. I'm talking shit about Marvel, but then I love Game of Thrones where they got dragons and eunuchs and all kinds.
Yeah,
of
but that's a whole
shit.
book.
And then they got,
there's way more words in the Game of Thrones than in comic books.
That what?
There are way more words and description. It's more literary.
It's more deep, right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to say it's better, but it's like
yo, you're trying to
you can't really compare. You can't really compare. Yeah, no, I'll say it. And the comic books ain't got shit on Game of Thrones.
Do you know comic books? You ever read a comic book?
No. Yeah, I've read a lot of comic books actually
sure?
when I was a kid.
All right.
Yeah.
Cause yo, they're gonna come at you, bro. These comic book people don't play. They're about that comic book life. They go to dress up in Comic Con. They dress up in Comic Con.
Yeah, like
that's fucking dope, though.
And
you
quite
see,
frankly,
I like that.
I'm not gonna.
I would dress up
because I would. Yeah, I'm already thinking of it.
High five, dog. Don't leave me hanging, bro.
Did I leave it?
I would dress up like Game of Thrones, dog. Like
I say it out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I kind of wish I was a direwolf sometimes. You know what I mean?
Hey, straight up, if Game of Thrones opened a theme park in America, I would go.
Yeah.
And I would probably be there on the first day, and I'm gonna for sure dress up. Oh. I went to so when I was in America, I went to Orlando and I went to Harry Potter Land.
Last year?
It's fucking whack as fuck. Oh my god, people are gonna get so mad. Not into it, but just because I don't know Harry Potter. But if I was, I bet you they're gonna make a Game of Thrones land. If they made a Game of Thrones theme park, yo, imagine a Game of Thrones theme park, the dueling, like the dragons on the theme park or something like that. Yo, that shit, it's gonna happen. 100%, it's gonna happen. Speaking of Game of Thrones, who's your favorite character on Game of Thrones?
Bro, it's
a tough call because you love them all, right? Come on, there's gotta be a few. Who's like somebody that sticks out? Even it could be like something not too big.
You know who I really respected and loved is the Onion Knight. I love the Onion Knight. I forgot his name.
Oh,
what's his name? I forget his name.
Sir Davos.
Sir Davos. Yes, I love the Onion Knight because he was He was so honorable back in the day before the show even started. He was like he tried to save people's life just for the sake of it, and it just so happens to have been oh my god, what's his name?
What did he say?
The Red Queen's King, the first one. Stannis Baratheon. Yeah, back
with Stannis is that he helped smuggle bread. He was a smuggler.
Yeah, the Onion Knight had helped keep them alive.
Bread.
Yeah.
He was smuggling bread.
Mm-hmm. Smuggling onions.
Yeah, he was smuggling. Oh, no.
That's why his house is the flag is the
hence
onions.
The Onion Knight.
Onion Knight.
Hence the Onion Knight.
But he taught himself how to read. Not himself. He had the little man. That guy was the man of the people. He knew how to smuggle people in and out. He was always the best advisor. He was so wise.
He was wise,
and he wasn't blinded by beauty like frickin' Jorah was. I love Jorah, but he was blinded by beauty.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was.
He loved. Well, how you're not gonna love Khaleesi?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? The characters. The problem with that show, what's so good about Game of Thrones, is that it makes you love every character so much. But then it shows you that every character has its good and every character has its bad. Like, you know who I hated? Oh man, you know this after the series ended, Sansa, bro. I fucking love Sansa, and I hated her in the beginning. Yeah. I hated Sansa, but she fucking she beat Cersei.
She did.
She always wanted to be queen since episode 1, and at the end, she became queen of the North. I love that.
I love how she learned from her mistakes.
But she was so dumb in the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Not
dumb, you kind of have to have that baseline level of... Well, she was naive. Incredibly naive.
But that's life, yo. Bro, think about you when you were in high school, or just think about you just 5 years ago. You know? Think about you like 6, 7 years ago. Fuck, sometimes when I think about who I was or how I was... Bro, I'm so embarrassed. The old me is so whack, man. Like, I was pretty chill, but man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you live and you learn, and Yeah, the salsa story was one of my favorites for sure. I just like how she was such a boss. You know what I'm saying? And she never got. Like that's it. After Ramsey, she wasn't taking no more shit.
That was it. Yeah.
That's it, dog. When she got to the north and she did some shit that made you mad, but
at least those things were motivated because she learned something else behind it. There was some kind of motivation that was her motivations were propelled by mistakes. It wasn't just because she was ambitious, or it wasn't some kind of cold thing that came from nowhere, like what's his name, Littlefinger.
Well, she was kind of ambitious. She was ambitious.
She's ambitious, but she learned from her mistakes.
You know? She wanted to be the queen, dog. That's a tough spot. See, I don't think I would ever want to be. I don't think I would ever want to be like have that position. You know, like.
I think that's part of her naivete, though, wanting to have been the queen. I mean, that you can't really fault her for that. She was a little girl, and she was the firstborn girl, so she was going to be married off to be XYZ. But she knew from she was young she was going to be a queen because she knew her dad and the king's dad or the king were boys, so she knew that was going to go down. So I think that's kind of why she had it in her head. Man, we're going deep on the Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yo, guys, if you never watched Game of Thrones, we're sorry. You can skip that. You can skip that part. You know.
It's like life, man.
But that's the thing, you know.
There's a lot of lessons in there.
There's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of lessons to learn.
If you don't watch the 8th season, there's a lot of.
Yo, those motherfuckers. Hey, doggy, episode 2. Man, I was pretty nervous for this one. I'm not gonna lie, JP. I was nervous, dog. I was nervous because of all the love that we got from all the people in the beginning. I was like, oh man, now it's like a lot of pressure because you want to put out some proper shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. How you feeling, doggy? What do you think?
Man, I think, I think right now we're doing all right. Let's just keep chatting until it goes. Right now, I don't.
How do we know? How do we know when to stop, dog?
I think this is a good stop. Good point.
So when we feel like it's over, it's over. When it's over, and it's over, and it's far from over. But hold on, I don't want to just end it like that. Because listen, I feel like I had so much more to say that we didn't really get out there. But
listen, this isn't gonna be the end. We're gonna be with you again next week.
Yeah, we'll be back.
After that,
we'll be back.
And once more after that,
and once more current events come. And guys, we got a lot of good stuff. All right, so what do we got? We got to have segments or what? Should we break it down like segments?
I don't think we should preview. Let the people kind of uncover that as we go along.
Man, how do we just do it so that it's fucking as natural as humanly possible, dog?
I think we because do more of these, man.
We just got to do more. Is it, man?
We'll get better at this as we go along. We'll get better,
more creative.
Yeah.
Dog, we got to get some dope microphones, and then we can do it at the crib. Do you think we should always do it in here, or
until we can officially do it at our house?
Because the sound is dope.
The sound here is.
Did I say that already earlier? Yo, I don't know about that. I don't know about what we said.
Don't shake us.
You can hear us.
I want to make sure this is all right, bro.
We don't know how good it is, but all right, man. Listen, let's close this puppy up.
Well, first, can I ask the audience? Listen, if you guys got comments, you guys got anything to say, you got if there's anything you want to get off your chest, just let us know in the comments. We read those, and
yes,
yeah.
Make sure, subscribe, and then we're gonna try and get. I guess next segment we're gonna get better and better, and we're gonna keep adding on. But where can they find you if they want to get to know you, JP?
Instagram at MeesterJP, MEESTERJP. What about you?
You can find me at HoneyBadger 305. You can do that on Instagram, Twitter. Are we gonna make a Instagram for this podcast, or should we just for now? We're gonna put it on our own.
I think for now, let's just release it how we are.
And eventually, hopefully, one day we're gonna have a Honey Badger Hour podcast, or if we change the name,
Let's take this week by week.
Honey Badger and Suit Adventures, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, guys, stay tuned. It's gonna be more training, more fun, more lifestyle, And I'm going to be looking to fight soon. And we're never going to stop this podcast, number one. Okay, guys? We promise. We got 200 local. We got 200 soldiers. And we ain't going to stop. We're going to do it for you guys, for the first episode riders. Okay? I don't give a fuck if I'm fighting, if I'm cutting weight. I will do this podcast in a sauna, but I will get you these episodes out. Let's close the show. Drop a beat, JP. We'll see you guys next week. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Ooh!